I had an affair. I wish I never did it. For 2 years, I had an affair with a coworker. We didn't see each other often, perhaps 5 to 6 times a year. We spoke most days. I tried ending it a couple of times, but I never could. I felt addicted and felt that I would die without it. I felt I had no energy, and I could not be a dad or husband without the drug, so every time I crawled back. After 2 years, I told my wife. I broke all contact, quit my job. My wife asked me to move out the house. I had to explain to my little kids. About 6 months later, she said I can move back and we can work on it. It'd been 3 years since I moved in. We are still married. It's something that we still deal and struggle with. A few weeks ago, the woman who I had the affair with's husband phoned me, asked me if it had true. I confessed and said I'm sorry. He asked if he could speak to my wife. She agreed. He never called. He phoned me again. I was terrified. He said they are getting a divorce, and I am to thank and blame for it. His kids were in hospital because of the shock. He told me off, and that was that. I wish I have never met this woman. I wish I could go back and undo it all. I never in my life thought I would ever cheat on anyone. I never lied in my life. But now I have been the greatest liar. I struggle to forgive myself. I find it hard to believe I'm good because I have done this. I know I will have this brand on my forehead forever. It's my own doing. All I can say is, it is not worth it ever. It's the dumbest thing you could ever do. It's a drug and that's all. It's the most destructive thing you could do. To all those you love and yourself. I told every friend and family member what I have done. I am responsible for it. And whenever I try explain it, I feel I'm trying to justify it, but I really am not. I'm still trying to figure out how it really started even. I feel I have been trapped and used. I can never get rid of the dirty, written feeling of what I have done. I'm feeling the guilt and remorse all over since he called me. I am truly sorry and wish no one would ever understand this feeling and rather steer clear and keep it as a stupid fantasy. Comments. Comment 1. She will never fully trust you again. You'll never get that back. It's not possible. I'm saying this as a wife whose husband cheated. For several personal reasons I stayed. It's been 15 years and we are mostly happy now. But we'll never have what we had before the cheating. I know he's not the man I thought he was back then. I can never trust him 100%. I will always know that he's capable of that kind of betrayal. Comment 2. Walking in on my pregnant SO with another man is a key moment I remember. It changed my entire life, well-being and personality. I became scared of trusting anyone, skeptical and genuinely more bitter towards people. Luckily, I found my wife. We created a better life together and she was patient in understanding my trust issues. Still, that's one of the most painful memories in the beginning of the darkest chapter of my life. OP. Someone commented that I have the next 20 years to show I'm a good man. I proved I was a good man for 35 years and it took one stupid destructive decision to prove it wrong. Now I have the rest of my life to prove that wrong and be a good man for any person ever considering doing this. Just don't. It takes a few minutes to break down a building that took years to build. You will regret it. I simply shared this for someone to learn from my mistake. Having an affair is what I imagine it must be like going into a black hole. No one on the outside can ever understand. Once, if you get out, you wish the world would never understand. Even it seems alluring to weak or desperate people. Thank you for the comments. Some of them hurt, but are true. I know and have asked those hard questions many times. I don't have answers for all of them. Comment. This went on for years. It wasn't a one-time decision. For 2 years, you didn't realize you were that person. I'm not trying to be ugly, but that genuinely confuses me. OP? I get that someone might think this is confusing. It's confusing to me too. I cannot even tell you. But my hindsight is that you're on a high during that time. You become a narcissist person. You justify what you do. You feel you deserve it. You get deeper to a very dark hole. After I confessed, it took some time for the dust to settle. And for about 2 weeks, I was nauseous of guilt. I felt like throwing up, and I felt sick of what I have done. I'm not saying this to make amends of what I did. I simply say this because someone could learn from it. I believe our minds can handle stress until you allowed it to relax, then body, who has kept score, begins to show the broken pieces. Both my wife and I are very healthy, but after this bomb shock I gave her, we both became ill from any little thing. 3 years later, I keep thinking about this, how our bodies keep score. I still question how on earth could I have done this. Unfortunately, it's only somewhat understandable if you did it. Comment. I've often thought that people in affairs act and think like addicts. You can't change what you've done. All you can do is make amends and choose to live another way. There's no such thing as good or bad people, only good or bad choices. Goodness isn't like putting a penny in the bank so you can make a withdrawal later. Every day you have to choose, every moment even. If you want to be a different person, be a different person. Right now, your infidelity colors how people see you because it was recent and because an affair involves many betrayals over an extended period of time. If you are a different man for the next 20 years, that will matter. And it will matter more after year 20 than it will after year 1.